Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you tonight, talking all about the news and upcoming rumors. Tonight on the Daily Show, they featured a segment at the end of the show. I haven't watched the Daily Show in a really, really long time. The Daily Show to me is always fun to watch, normally around the time of the elections. But basically, at the end of the show, at the moment of Zen, Seth Rollins showed up, taunting Jon Stewart, saying that he had been seeing all the things that Jon Stewart had been saying about him. Basically, Jon Stewart had filmed a promo talking all about Seth Rollins and the authority after Seth Rollins threw in basically a slap in the face on one of his promos that he could show up and make the Daily Show relevant once again. Jon Stewart is a guy who's always been a wrestling fan for a long time. He's sort of in the news right now because he's announced his retirement from the Daily Show coming up, and even though he's not going to be leaving for a little while, they announced it, and it put a little bit of a buzz on the show because people who were always a fan of the show, who haven't been watching it in a long time, are now going to go make sure they watch Jon Stewart's last run on the show. And, Jon Stewart, what they did was they just basically plugged the fact that Jon Stewart was going to be on Monday Night Raw on Monday as is a part of the show. I honestly was thinking that Jon Stewart was somehow going to be a part of the WrestleMania build for Seth Rollins, with the ongoing Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton sort of feud that is going down, with basically Randy Orton trying to get his hands on Seth Rollins. This, to me, honestly, on Monday Night Raw, spells nothing but trouble for the fact of basically you've got two guys that now want to get their hands on Seth Rollins, and the one guy that they're going to put over and make look like more of a star isn't going to be Randy Orton, it's going to be Jon Stewart. It sort of reminds me a lot of the whole thing when Arnold Schwarzenegger was named for this year's Hall of Fame class, and basically the only thing that news that they could squeeze out of this was Arnold Schwarzenegger is a big star, and he was the only guy who promised that he would show up to the show for the Hall of Fame. So, I mean, that's all they're really looking forward to, is getting Jon Stewart onto the show to try and make something out of it. Honestly, if you saw the segment on the Daily Show, or you've seen it on the WWE YouTube, is where I actually saw it. It was very bad, but it was very funny at the same time. So I was glad that I saw it. Who knows what they're going to do on Monday Night Raw, but Jon Stewart has been on the record as he's going to be on the show, and more than likely will be somehow physical with Seth Rollins. And it doesn't look like we're getting it doesn't look like we're getting our RKO this week, so we're going to have to wait even longer. I don't think we're going to get it until WrestleMania after all, but we'll see. Orton versus Rollins, you're going to have to wait again.